Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we're going to be taking a tier 3 rocket to the asteroid planet, or asteroid field, whatever it is. Anyways, I hope you guys are ready. We are back at it again, and I think this time we should be able to make a tier 3 rocket. We are getting pretty close to that tier 3 rocket and should be able to send off to another planet today, or even go to an asteroid field, which I'm kind of curious as to how this actually looks and what that's going to offer. We've already found that like new pets and stuff is kind of cool that we found. So what I have here is all of that desh that I found in Mars. So we found all of this stuff. Now we are going to need a bunch of these heavy plates. So I went ahead and got about 46 of them. I kind of did the math. I think we only need like 42 or something like that of them to make this tier 3 rocket. So we do have everything ready, but it does require a lot of this. And something else you might note, these wings have two different ways to craft them. You have titanium, and you also have the heavy plate. The titanium here is not obtainable until we get to the asteroid field. So we will have to use heavy duty plates in that regard. So I'm assuming that I don't know why specifically this is another option. Maybe it's just easier to obtain that item and just kind of, you know, helps you out a little bit at that point. But what we really need to make is a bunch of these heavy duty plates, and that's just going to be combined. You take the heavy duty ones and add it to the compressed, and yeah, that's what you're going to get. So let's take, I'm going to do 4, leave the 4 off, do 42 because I think that's what the number I come up with, if I remember correctly. And we're going to just get these, you know, compressed together. I'm going to split these up like so. Throw that in here. Since I have 3 of them, it just gets it done a lot faster. And that should allow us to be able to get started with this tier 3 rocket. I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to turn out. Here we are, ready to go. I have all the components built out. In order to make this, we need to switch over to the tier 3 rocket. Oh man, can't believe we've already gotten to this point. And then we'll hit the fins, put the rocket down here. It's, you know, it's actually a little bit easier than I thought. You know, if you kind of just sit there and think about how much you're going to need, it's really pretty simple to kind of build this out and just understand how much you are going to need for all these components. All right, so back to Galacticraft. We need our rocket platforms, and then I have everything else here: fuel loader, some power, and of course some power cable, because we always need that. Now, of course, since we're here and I've already got that filled up, I am going to take another thing of fuel. Of course, you always need to make sure you have that, and also make sure you have some waste stones on you, or have a waste stone. And then of course we're going to launch it from our same launch position. Man, this is just this is where we launch. We just launch from right here. Gotta love it. So of course, place everything down, place your rocket. Wow, that looks really weird when you're like this. Oh, that makes sense. We're going to place this massive rocket right down, of course. Oh, wow, this one looks really cool. Oh, it's got a little blinky light on it, too. I love how the rockets change. Like, each one is different. Like, the other one was longer. This one, the window's over here. That's kind of cool. All right, so let's get our fuel placed down and get our fuel loader ready to go. So here, and then of course in our bag we have power, fuel loader, and the conduit, because I'm pretty sure these don't directly connect. We can try it again. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this, yeah. Oh, it does directly connect. So I've been wrong this whole time, of course. And we're going to set this to push on here. That's going to start filling up. That should start filling this up, which we can of course hit our hotkey that we assigned for our inventory / fuel, and we're going to let this build up, and then we're going to be ready to launch. Now, we have a couple of options when it comes to where we want to launch. So if we take a look at our map, right here we don't know, and here is a tier 3. So we can either go to Venus, right, or we can go to the asteroids, or Jupiter. So that's our only options as of right now. Everything else is kind of a question mark. Everything that's green is places that we can travel to currently. Yeah, everything else I guess is undiscovered. So I'm assuming there's some kind of, I noticed there was some kind of satellite system in here. So I'm not sure if that's something you have to research with a satellite, figure out where these things go. But I do know the asteroids is kind of where I want to travel. I'm kind of curious as to what this dimension looks like, and you know, how it's gonna be. So I'm gonna finish letting this fuel, and then we are going to launch. With our fuel tank ready to go, I think we're ready to launch this bad boy. And our face is over here, and of course we have a copter on the top because I have my couch copter picked up. So that's kind of funny. I love how it's just right on top of her head, and it is kind of spinning. It does look like it goes along with it, almost like there's a blade up there. Yeah, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we get to blast off. Oh boy. And this one is even faster. Okay. Yeah, we are really flying here. Now, rotation on this still works. Our tilt still works a little bit, which is nice. You know, it would be kind of funny if there was like a random chance of like an explosion. Like you could accidentally like explode and die in here. Since there is dangers that come with this, but man, that would be crazy. All right, let's launch. And I wonder what kind of weird thing is going to happen. Prepare for entry. Oh, are we in like some kind of pod? Entry pod. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, I get it. I get it. Oh my gosh, it immediately moved us off the side. Good thing we can fly, because we would have just died there. Oh my gosh. I wonder what was intended for that. Yeah, I don't know. But I know what I am going to do. I'm going to place a waystone here. And, so where can we place it? Right here? Oh, it automatically marked it for us. What does that say? Luke Salamard? Or Marit? What? That's kind of cool, actually. Okay, is there stuff actually moving? Like, is that... What is that? You guys can't even probably see it. There we go. What is that? There is actually blocks floating around. This is kind of cool. Whoever said that all the planets are exactly the same are completely wrong. Because this is by far the coolest area I've been to thus far. What is this? Is this a part of a base? No way. There's new materials. There's walkways. What is this? Is this the airlock? This is the stuff that I was looking for. I didn't even think about it being called airlock. Did that just drop redstone? What? Creeper dropping redstone. Do we punch it with our hand? I don't even know how to get in. But there definitely is something here. I mean, we could just probably break this. And just go around. Oh, no, creeper. Creeper right there. Well, the airlock is definitely broken now. I think maybe a redstone signal would probably open the airlock. I would assume. Why is there nether wart? That is the weirdest thing to see. Cryogenic chambers. These lets you sleep through the night. I read the tooltip on them. Like, these are actually things that let you sleep through the night, but I didn't realize they were so cool looking. Wait, when you break them, they don't work. But you can go inside them and sleep through the night. And it does, it's supposed to heal your health a little bit as well. Of course, we're ablaze, so that kind of defeats the purpose. There's potions of weakness. There's actually potions in here. That is super cool. So Oh, I like the use of the fueling pads as like a decoration. What is this? Cargo loader, cargo unloader, and heavy wire with another launch. Why would there be a launch pad in here? Unless you're like putting your rocket up for display. Like that's probably what happened, like what was going on here. Like I will take these though. Like that's definitely, I'm pretty sure that's what was going on there. Alright, why are we getting bombarded? Is there a zombie spawner in here? Why would there be a zombie spawner in here? Unless they're, you know what, they're probably just all up here. They're all up here just chilling, right? Alright. This is some really cool stuff though. Like this is actually pretty nifty. I didn't know what to expect while going to this, you know, dimension. Like you don't know what to expect. Alright, I don't want to break this, but this has some NASA. Look at all these workbenches. Alright, this is some pretty cool stuff. Alright, what is this? So we have telemetry units, fueling pad, display screens. Doesn't this... Oh. Wait, what are these? Oh my, that is the coolest. Look at that. So we can change these to no link. What in the world? That is so cool. Now I'm like learning what some of these things do. I can't switch this in off mode. I wonder if that controls those lights. Those lights are really important as well. Like, this is a really cool resource. What did we just stumble upon? I have no idea. Like, what is this? These arc lamps are supposed to help, you know, keep mobs away. These are crafting tables. Okay. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool find. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is a pretty cool find. What else is out here, though? Like, I noticed there's a lot of ice. There's supposed to be like some titanium stuff as well that we're supposed to find. That's like titanium ore. That's supposed to be found around diamond, or yeah, around diamond level. Or found on meteors. So I don't quite know how this works. But the fact that this is just so cool. And this right here is just like super ice, ain't it? What happens when we break it? Does it turn into water? No, it doesn't. Okay. The gravity on this planet is ridiculous. I would say planet, but this is not a planet. This asteroid field. Goodness. I got to keep an eye on our oxygen. We are running those asteroid rock. So at this kind of level, things start to... We're at Y level 50. But if we go further down, nothing's really spawning down here. So I'm kind of curious as to where we do find some of these materials. But, you know, the fact that we are even here in this spawn, I wonder how many of these actually spawn. And if there potentially are fully completed ones. Because that would be really, really cool. I do notice that every now and then you'll find some ore just randomly floating. Like this is, I'm guessing this is copper? Iron. This is regular iron ore. Wow. This is cool. I'm going to go ahead and refill my oxygen. We're going to come back and we're going to do some more exploring. Look up there. You can kind of see Earth. It's super tiny. I wonder if you see Mars anywhere. No, probably not. But you can really see Earth. It's super bright. Maybe, oh, you know what? That's probably the sun. Because it is kind of like super far away. If you were in the asteroid field. But you would still see it. I love the floating particles. It's so cool. So I have refilled my oxygen, and just as I thought, we are right here. I kind of went in one direction. And yeah, there's another building here. This one is made out of moon rock, and it seems as though a building has definitely been constructed out of this moon rock. and turn into some sort of moon rock base. And I'm just curious as to what all is going to be in here. So this is an energy storage cluster with an energy storage module. All right, and then up here is another energy storage cluster. And so these store energy. There's a battery in here. By the way, I am using my shovel to keep my night vision on me. This is another setup over here. The same thing. An empty room. Ooh, okay. So maybe these are set up so that way you could utilize them, maybe? Oh, ooh. What is this? There's the NASA workbench moon buggy that was just sitting on the wall. Just sitting on, you know what? I didn't even think to check, like, how far advanced these workbenches are. Like, maybe these workbenches, actually have some stored data on them, you know, of some sort. Like, maybe that's the case. I think this is kind of cool. I didn't think about using the fluid tanks in that manner. That is very cool. So the cabling, we have switch. Okay, so aluminum wires. This is the same sort of setup I keep seeing. I wonder what that is like meant to be telling us. Is there any important information here? I do like these lights. Okay, so here's another moon. Okay. So yes, this is a tier 2, tier 3, and doesn't have anything else on it, but it does support the tier 3. And here's another buggy. And then this is another schematic for something else. This is for a tier 2 rocket. Okay. And I do know you can use these to trade. If you don't remember, you can actually trade these to those villagers on the moon, and they will give you special things in return for them, which I think is pretty darn cool. So yeah, we can take these. I feel like these were not meant to be broke, but yeah, I feel like we're probably going to find the same sort of stuff in each one. And I'm pretty sure when I broke this, nothing dropped, right? They're not dropping. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so it does drop. These are super cool though. Being able to like sleep in that chamber is kind of a cool effect. And I kind of want to take these screens and the telemetry unit. I'm not sure exactly if those are something that is used in here. Does it even state? This gathers useful data from linked rockets, players, and mobs. Best place near to display screen. Okay, so it is required in order for these display screens to function properly. Really cool though. Really cool. So I think this is the extent of this area, right? Yeah, and I'm continuing to head in this direction. I don't know what new things I'm going to uncover, but yeah, you never know. And if I set my render distance, like there's another one of those structures that we just seen, so we know that's probably going to be the same sort of deal. So I'm going to continue to look and see what I can't uncover. I don't think these rocks break into anything special. No. They're just normal. And I'm keeping my eye out for anything just out of the ordinary, right? Just anything that looks different. So I was thinking, you know, what are these balls of ice actually for? So I decided I was going to go ahead and like break the top of them. And that's when I discovered this. Yeah, this is definitely grass. And I don't know how deep this actually goes. I guess quite a distance all the way to the bottom. So this whole area is like viable. Like it's like a living, you know, like plant life can grow in there. I'm so confused by this. But I mean, I guess that makes sense because it is an asteroid planet. Why that this would be so weird, but I've kind of flown out over 2,000 blocks, and I would assume that that's a pretty good distance to go out to get this figured out. But I want to see does all of these, like I noticed the ice is slowly melting. Are all of these like this? Like, do all of these have some sort of life dwelling area in them, or was it just that one I found? Like, I don't know. So yeah, I guess it was just that one, because even me mining into this sort of seems like it's desolate, except for that one, which was kind of strange. So this is kind of interesting. This stuff right here is what breaks down into titanium. And as you can see, it's kind of hard to see. Like, from a distance, you probably would miss it. It's kind of got a blue tint to it. But this stuff you do want to find because it is used. Definitely is used. And it breaks down into 2 parts. I can even pick them up because I have a full inventory. Don't want that to drop all the way down. There we go. So you'll get these different shards. So you have iron shards, which can be turned into iron. And you get titanium shards, which can be turned into titanium. And titanium does have its uses. As you can see, it's used to make walkways, fluid pipes, titanium swords and armor, which is really nice stuff, by the way. So like, let's take a look at diamond chest piece. Kind of a good reference. So this has 8 armor with 2 toughness. This has 1 toughness with 10 armor. So, I mean, you kind of have your drawbacks, I guess. Diamond, if it's a little bit better than diamond, I mean, some may be able to say whether or not that is, but I don't know. It's still kind of cool and something you probably want to try and gather up. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed that new trip to the asteroid field. And I think next episode, we're going to be taking our Tier 3 rocket to another dimension, another planet. So I hope you guys are ready. If you guys want to be notified for that, click that notification button. If you are subscribed, if you haven't subscribed, I highly recommend doing so. And also give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.